How's she going, my son? And welcome back to Path of Exile. Now, I've briefly stopped back in Act 1 to sell some stuff, because I'm not at the town in Act 2 yet. But I realized I'd miss out on some dialogue, so I wanted to give you guys the dialogue before we got any further.
I thought you were a fool for seeking out Mervale. A fool in love with death. Now, I don't know. Still, you've delivered this coast from the terrors that long held sway here. We may now find some respite, and that's more than any of us could have hoped for. But please, consider this. What have you become when even nightmares fear you?
You can't tell, but I'm giving a little ear-to-ear grin right now.
While we live...
Quite the lady killer, aren't you? That singing squid didn't stand a chance. Knew it from the first time I saw those sharp peepers of yours. Pirates notwithstanding, I thank you on behalf of all the fallen brethren of the waves. Now that the final cadence has been played, no one need remember Mervale's song. Made any progress?
Damn me. I didn't think it possible. All these souls Mervale and her brood have consumed over the years. We've done right by those that are dead, and by those who still might live.
Yay. Yeah, you don't get any reward for doing that quest other than progress through the game, which I mean is important. But, yeah, I kind of wanted a third health potion, so one of these. Actually, can I use the... No, that one's level 18, yeah. Can't use that one yet.
Farewell.
Oh yeah, I never bothered using the cold resist rings. Oh well. But yeah, it would have made the fight a little easier, but not strictly needed in any shape or form. Whoops. Ah well. Surgeon's Greater Flask of Grounding. Oh yeah, this is, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the flasks, since they are equipment, can actually have modifiers on it, like, you know, regular equipment does. This one has the ability to gain charges when I crit sometimes, and removes the shock defect, which is pretty good, because shock makes you take more damage, which can be pretty rough. Again, I might have mentioned that, but bears repeating. As for what I'm going to go for, not entirely sure. Like, that doesn't help. I mean, this ends up 3 points for, like, 2% life gain. That's actually not bad, come to think of it. But, I don't know if I'll take it. Kind of want to grab this stuff here. The 2 drinkers. Because it just makes all of your damage leech mana and health, respectively. Which is pretty good. And I get to take this, which is more damage. It leads me into this, which is an all resist up. Yeah, we'll go like that. I might be doing it a bit poorly because I have a lot of mono evasion gear, but you know, the Shadow is the Dex energy shield character, is the evasion energy shield character. Also, I never bothered to use Nova Trap Mine last time. Explode, damn you! There we go. Oh, neat. You know, I'm torn. Because I looked up the ascendancies for Shadow, because I was, like, planning ahead a little bit. Nothing set in stone, but, you know, I was kind of like, what do later on? It was going through my head. And I was kind of like, and I was looking up the trees for it.
That was fun.
Take it easy. Take it easy there, Shadow. And there wasn't really a tree that super specifically benefited melee elemental. Because he has Trickster, which is like DOT damage and like stealth properties. He has Assassin, which is like a little bit of DOT, but it's more like crits and like dealing with targets at full life / low life. Like does more to start them off damage wise, and then does more to end them. kind of thing. Put the landmine down. There we go. Okay, that skill's actually kind of good. It's probably because I have, you know, a bunch of elemental damage boosts in my tree. But that's better than I thought it would be. My only beef with it is because it's a trap, it's a little finicky to target. Looks impressive, though. I'll hang on to it for now. I mean, I guess the idea is that you bait people into traps instead of just trying to, like, huck it at their feet as you're moving and immediately triggering it, but, you know.
I am Ghost. I hunt more, hunt to feed my people. You are not a friend to us. You'll need to run faster than more.
Isn't he a charming fellow? Don't think there's anything here that's an improvement. No, we're good.
Going?
I have seen many an exile come and go, into the forest or into the ground. You seem different somehow. Different good, different bad, it's hard to tell at this stage. The name is Eramir, and for now you have the benefit of my doubt. Those bandits you've encountered out there, they're the dregs of Oriath, and with any foul broth, the nastiest chunks bubble to the surface.
You chunks.
The lords of Larceny, Oak, Creighton, and Alira, the self-appointed monarchs of the forest, Creighton in the east, Alira in the west, Oak in the north, and this village, this tribe, we pay their taxes. I would never venture to say that life in Wraeclast is easy, but with those three gone, well, living here might just become possible. Fare you well.
So the bandit quest is an interesting one. The overarching reward is 2 skill points, and the way you do this is kill all the bandit leaders. However, each bandit leader can be approached passively because they don't immediately attack you, and you can open up a conversation with them, and you can choose to help them by taking out their 2 competitors instead of just killing all of them. If you help one of them, you forfeit the 2 points, but you get a buff that's exclusive to them. That's just on your character at all times. Plus, apparently, a boss fight you get in a later act. I've never had it, unfortunately, because I always kill them all. And I don't think that's going to change for this run. But it's an interesting quest, and I wanted to bring a little attention to it.
You and me, we are the same. We dream big, we find new places. We do not tell stories. Stories are told about us. I learn the words, the ways of Oriath. You listen to me, and not pigheads like Groost. Then you will live to find more new places. The road? It runs east and west of here. To the west it passes the bandit woman's camp, then turns south to the sea. But you say it is now blocked? I have seen a strange thing in the rock by the South Pass, like one of Groost's carvings, but of stone. You should go look at it. What has been closed might be opened again.
Most things are.
I am Yeena, keeper of the spirit. Are you a kind exile, like Eramir? He is good to us, helps us. You will stay and help us too, yes?
Is she holding her boobs?
A beast hunts us in her dreams. A great
Or is that just her
white
top?
beast, tortured and maddened by bad men, a long time gone. She will come here one night to tear, crush, and eat. Her pain tells her to. Find the white beast and end her pain before she shares it with us.
I think she's
Hello.
like one hand on one boob. Or no, I think it might be both. No, it's... I think what it is that her top is made out of, like, animal paws, or animal pelt that is the paw, and the hands of those paws happen to be groping her boobies. which is hilarious, but besides the point. Anyway, I tend to do Act 2 in a very specific way. Somewhat sequence breaky, but I think I'll skip a little bit of my usual sequence break. Ooh, fall side area. Monsters have lightning resistance. Not a problem. Players heal less, but I'll live. Or I won't. Either way. I mean, it's one of two values. Admittedly, that's one of the, like, few things in life that are truly binary. You're either alive or you're dead. One can argue what alive is. You can't really argue what death is. Death is death. Nope. All that's crap. Whoa, fast boy. Yeah, you have to, like, full stop to drop a mine. It's a little annoying. They really want you to use them, like, more strategically than, like, hip firing, basically. But, kind of hard to do in a game like this, because you're always on the move. There's not a lot of, like, hold the point scenarios in this game. So, I mean, it's not like you're going to run into areas where that's really good. Like, you know, to give the comparison to Warframe, game I haven't actually played in a while. I've also been caught up in this. Also, everything leveled up. You have maps that are more defensive in nature. You have maps that are more offensive in nature. That, you know, makes different Warframes, different types of weapons, different, oh, jeez. Interesting. If you're using a movement skill to move, I don't think Bleed does more damage. Because Bleed does more damage if you're walking. But I don't think it does more if you're not. Damn proximity shield. Okay. All tunic. I think we're good otherwise. Is my oh, I'm not using a rustic sash. Probably should be, but I don't think I will. Let's see what we get here. Vol Stormcall. I'm gonna try it out. This seems to be a run-through where I try a lot of things. Let's try some more things. Because I use Vol skills sometimes. Like, I love, on a summoner character, Vol summon skeletons. Because it doesn't just drop a single skeleton when you use it. It drops an entire squad of them. Complete with a commander that gives them, you and all your guys too, bonus damage of some kind or other auras. A bunch of mages and or archers, so you've got a bunch of shooters. And you have also... And then just a bunch more skeleton dudes. Like, it's like 30 some odd skeletons in one cast. Now, it's a Vol skill, so you can't use it all the time. You have to power it up with souls. But, and yes, I like saying it like that. But, you know, it's a great oh shit button for summoners. If something gets really... If it gets really hairy and the situation is not fun... Ooh, that's spicy. I can see that being pretty good on an actual caster. Instead of my, like, little weird hybrid guy that I am. So many knives. Come on. Fall over dead already. Thank you. But yeah, Vol Summon Skeletons is definitely my favorite of the Vol skills. Although I had fun with Vol Ground Slam for a while. Because Ground Slam is normally like a wedge shape that comes out... as a wedge shape that comes out and your character hits the ground and a wedge of like kicked up ground spikes enemies underneath. But if you have the Vol skill, which is different than the other ones because it can store 3 charges of souls... it's an AoE all around you, and it's also, I believe, a confirmed stun. It's been a while since I used it, but it's pretty fun. Ooh, strongbox. Boop. Ooh, a gem cutter's prism. Nice. Boop. Yes, gems can actually have quality as well. Unfortunately, unlike other items where you can improve their quality as a white item and then, you know, save material, there's no way to save material when you're improving the quality of a gem. So you just need 20 of the goddamn GCPs, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, but what can you do? Okay, so we were heading this way. So we'll grab this. Gave us a few points of shield. Can't complain there. I think we'll head down here first and get to Blood Drinker before we go up this way and get Mind Drinker. So that we have the leech on both stats. And then from there, I'm not sure. And apologies to anyone who was screaming at me to spend that point. I was trying to find an opportunity to do so, but there wasn't a whole lot of them between running away from crazed monkeys and giant stone golems and whatnot, and bears. Lest we forget the bears. Oh, and bandits too, but I mean, they're kind of small potatoes in this jungle, to be completely honest. And I backtracked because I was looking for the den of the Great White Beast, which is that quest, the missus with the missus whose boobs I concentrated on a little too long. Her quest, Yeena, that's her name. This Yeena, the Keeper of Spirit. Here we go. It's her quest. It's an optional one, and I don't believe it gives anything particularly fantastic, but since this is a run-through where I'm playing for people who may not have played this game, I'm gonna do it. I normally skip this quest because I do believe this is one of the quests that give you a piece of equipment, and I really don't like quests in this that give you equipment, because when you get quests that give you equipment, 9 times out of 10 it's not useful and you just vendor it immediately, or even if it is useful, you might have out-leveled it.
Let us speak of death and desire.
Now, one thing I do like, equipment-wise as quest items, is jewels, because you never really outgrow jewels.
Oh good, you're not dead. I've something in mind only a breather can achieve, you see.
There's another master, by the
My
way.
sculpture complains that it is thirsty, and yet the usual fare seems not to satiate it. However, I believe I have a solution. Find a pack of living creatures, slaughter them, raise them, and bring them back here. Be selective, though, as these creatures must be absolutely fecund with corruption. Thankfully, they will be easy to spot. The most corrupted usually are.
She's a necromancer, as if it wasn't fairly obvious, and she's building this thing. This totem thing out of body parts. And her whole gimmick is that you're helping her build this thing. I don't know if when you reach the max with her, it comes alive and attacks her or some shit, or like something happens. Like I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. And you know, like I don't know if her work ever comes to fruition, or if it's just sort of a dangling plot thread that they just leave you to wonder about. Mostly doing a little clearing out here because her quest involves, like she said, killing things, reviving them, which you just spontaneously get the ability to do when you're on her quest, and pardon me, and bring them back. You have to fight these like supercharged versions of regular enemies. Helps when you aim at them, just slightly, but then you revive them as minions, getting their benefit. Although in this case, these monsters always give you a benefit with a downside. These guys give you unholy damage. You deal more damage. Anyone that's around these guys, friend or foe, deals more damage. But then you bring them here, feed the statue, and get points with her.
We do this in the name of art.
Well, I do it for the reputation with you, honey, but, you know, whatever you want to believe. Now, time to find me a big white bear. Oh boy. Time to find me a big white bear. Nope. It's just a dead end full of spiders. Oh, hey. Chromatic orb. Or, well, chromatic orb in waiting. Oh, shit. Ooh, strongbox. Gotta do this. Fuck it. Open it. It's set to explode. Fall Storm Call! God, I'm gonna be so over-leveled. Beast Heart Gold Amulet. Might be better than what I'm using, although it looks more like a caster amulet. What am I using? Not much, truth be told. Nah. I could, but no real need. Nullification. 15 increased evasion rating. 5 life. Oh, that has life in it. I never noticed. 10 increased percent energy shield, and +8 all resist. However, whenever it says all element resist, it does not include chaos, which is unfortunate because chaos resist is kind of hard to find. There's very little of it in the tree, and when you get further in the game, there's points where you lose resistances. Great, another dead end. And this includes chaos resist. And I did the math. If you take every talent... Whoa, hey, whoa, hey. If you take every talent in the tree that gives you chaos resistance, which is like 2 opposite ends of the tree, I might add, you don't even get enough to fully compensate for the penalty that you end up with. So, not the best situation with resistances. That's one of the reasons why my first character that I've since deleted, because she just wasn't working in the super late game. I mean, she got through the game for me as the first time, which was nice. So I know what to expect on future characters. But, with, oh, there she is. Hello, how you doing? Take out all your friends here. Fall Storm Call! Some extra damage, I guess. On. Okay. Whew. Ringmail coat. Belt might be worth it. Yeah, that's 21 shield. That's more than I have. Crap, what was I talking about? I was suddenly interrupted by albino bear. That's quite the thing to distract yourself with. Hello, monkeys. How you doing? Probably not too good, because considering I just murdered your chieftain. And a bunch of your guys as well. And we're at the crossroads. Right, I was talking about chaos resistance. But, yeah, after all the penalties are said and done, and you're at the end, you're at the post-game, because this game actually has content that goes beyond the main story. That isn't just play through the game again. You know, instead of just play through the game again, but it's harder. You have -60 to all of your resistances. Meaning in order to get the 75 cap, you need 135 total on your equipment / in your skill tree. But your skill tree only provides like 40. And that's if you go really divergent ends of the tree. Like, I'm trying to remember where it all is. There's resistance here. Chaos resistance. This gives you 10, 16, and 8. That gives you 24 there. And I think the only other chaos resistance node is way over here. Purity of Flesh. Chaos resist +8, +4 is 12, and 4 is 16, and 4 is 20. So you end up with 44. That still leaves you with -16 chaos resist. So needless to say, one of the reasons I picked this talent over here, Chaos Inoculation, you become immune to chaos damage. But your character has to be based entirely on energy shield because you have no life and can never gain life. You have 1 hit point. If your shield is breached, you're likely going to die. Unless you get really lucky.
The white beast's spirit is at rest. No more pain. Take this in thanks from me, and from the suffering animal that you have helped.
Okay, ooh, that's a lot of energy shield on the shield. I will take that. Thank you much. I mean, that could be better than that immediately. And it kind of is, kind of isn't. I'm trading like 1 to 2 points of shield for a bunch of life. Yeah, that's a trade I'm willing to do. Life is kind of ultimately more... When you have both, life is ultimately more important than energy shield. But, I mean, if you have both, it's not a bad idea to boost both. Yeah, nothing that's going to replace what I'm using.
What do you want?
Jeez, Groost. I'm here to do commerce. Gonna replace Stormcall, Fire Nova Mine.
Going?
I'm gonna give traps an honest try. I make no promises of sticking with them. Ah, because that actually reminds me of something I was talking about way earlier in the episode. About how the Shadow doesn't really have a good tree for just being an elemental damage dealer with attacks. Because they have, and the tree I never mentioned is the one I'm probably going to go, and that's Saboteur. And as you can probably guess from the name, it has a big section of its tree to deal with mines and traps. But another big part of its tree is just elemental damage in general. So, I mean, like, that would be my best pick. But then I have a wing of the tree that's like, I kind of don't want to use you, but I have to. So, you know. I mean, I might pick something else when we get there, because that's a while off, but we'll see. Good lord, I need more stash tabs. Or to stop hoarding. But I mean, this is a dungeon crawling loot gathering game. You're going to hoard. That's going to happen. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Twitter, Tumblr, and subscription are in the description as usual. Please engage in all three. And when clicking on subscribe, click on the bell, as it'll make you more aware of my content when it happens, either in your feed or in your updates as I update. You know, it lets YouTube know, hey, I like this guy. Let's watch what he does. Path of Exile. We are in Act 2. We put down an albino bear, presumably because this woman, with her strange top, convinced us that doing so was the right thing. She could have just really not liked that bear. We have no idea. We took her word at face value. I don't mind. I'm a shadow. The shadow is literally a serial killer. What crap does he give killing a bear, really? Our protagonist, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching, and ciao for now.